Good morning. I'm Heidi Thompson with Lifeguarding Legacies, and today we are going to try to answer one of my most frequently asked questions, which is, do I need a will or do I need a trust? Now, to start that topic, we have to start with a topic nobody likes, which is talking about probate. Those of you that have been through it may have found it to be a long and expensive process, and sometimes it is. Here in Arizona, it's a minimum of 4 months, which is the minimum amount of time that creditors have to stake a claim against the estate. And so during that time, all assets are locked up and a family has to live on a given family allowance. Families that are used to a fairly high standard of living would have great difficulty living on that while the estate is tied up. So probate is not an ideal situation for a lot of families. Now, for those of you that haven't accumulated very much, and so you've got less than 70,000 between your cars and your jewelry and your furniture, all of your household property, and or less than $100,000 equity in your home, you're not going to probate. You get to avoid it with a simple affidavit where someone says, we'll handle this ourselves. We have less than the statutory minimum amount that's required, and you get to avoid probate. So for those families, a will really is enough. A will provide a letter to the court that says, court, this is how I want my things to be handled. The affidavit covers me. We're in good shape. The other thing a will does that's super important is it takes care of guardianship for minor children. The last thing you want to have happen is have the court decide where your children should go and hold them in foster care until it does. So please take care of getting a will if you have minor children. It's critically important that you do so. Now, for those of us that have accumulated a little more in our lives, and now we're over 100,000 in equity in our homes, or over 70,000 between our cars and the things that we own, our things are going to probate, and we're going to be locked up during that time. So, for us, there's a legal vehicle that allows us to get around probate. It's called a revocable living trust, and a trust is called living because it doesn't die. When it becomes the owner of things that we transfer to it. So we transfer ownership of our house and our cars and our belongings and personal property into that trust, and then it's still living, so it doesn't die and go through probate. Instead, a trustee decides how to distribute based on what you've written into your trust. Trusts are very flexible vehicles, and they really allow you to honor your family values and wishes and the kind of legacy you want to create. I would be delighted to talk about either wills or trusts with you. Please give me a call. My number is 877-LL-WILLS, or you can go to www.lifeguardinglegacies.com and schedule an appointment directly. Right now, I am only doing appointments and helping people out in Arizona, but over the course of the next year, I may be adding on Washington and Florida, so stay tuned. Thanks so much, and have a wonderful day. This is Heidi Thompson with Lifeguarding Legacies.